on the game 2 years ago, so I should be one of those saying no. We should have all the reissues because I lost a lot of things, but I gather that if you buy something that's limited in size, people keep saying, "Oh, Hot Toys is a toy." No, it's not. Hot Toys is a collectible. If it was a toy, you wouldn't be $400. Come on.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Come on. It's not a toy. A toy is the one that you buy for $5, $10 in the corner,
No,
for
sure.
$400, you literally, it's a collectible. It should be a collectible.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, you have to think about it, at least the way I think about it. You have a collection, right? We all have our displays wherever they may be. People come over, or let's not even say adults, but let's say like children come over. Friends of a friend, maybe your kids, maybe their kids. For me, I'm like, stay away. These are not toys. Don't touch these. Right? That's my go-to instinct. Like, stay away. Don't touch them.
I have one of those little signs.
Right, do not touch, right, or whatever,
with a little baseball bat saying "touch my collection at your own risk."
Right. So that's the thing. If we all feel that way, they're not. I agree. They're not toys. They're called hot toys. And so you got the name toys in it. So people automatically go, "Oh, it's toy," but no, you're right. They're collectibles. They cost a lot of money. They go aftermarket. You're spending double sometimes. If you really want it. That's
why I'm against reissues. I think they should not reissue. They should issue. For example, let's give you an example. The first reissue that they just had now. What was it? People are complaining about
the War Machine.
I don't collect Marvel, but let's say War Machine. Okay.
Well, even further, not that the Nightmare Batman is reissuing.
But yeah, which I also don't collect. But let's say they're reissuing Nightmare Batman. Okay. If it has a upgraded thing, so we upgraded the vest, the coat, and we added this special weapon or whatever. For me, that's not a reissue.
Right.
Yeah, that's a new altogether.
Exactly. I'm fine with it. I'm against just doing a straight up reissue, which is, for example, let's say you got
literally just a copy of what was already there.
Like Leia.
The same mold, the same fabric, the same design, same accessories.
No changes at all.
Yeah, there's
straight
zero.
up reissue.
Yeah,
well, I mean that's the Nightmare Batman. That Nightmare Batman and that War Machine Mark 1 are reissue. That Mark 3 that we looked at reissue. Like they're not doing anything. For example,
the Batman they did it on the dual sale.
Yeah, yes. they are doing the 2-pack. However,
so that's the difference.
But
so for me, I missed the Nightmare originally.
Right, but that's their workaround.
And I wanted a black suit Superman because of the Justice League. I'm piecing my own Justice League together. And then when I saw that, that's when I finally jumped on it. Because I saw it when it originally came out. I've had an opportunity to buy one at a cheap price. I think I talked to you about that, Anthony.
Yeah.
And I held off. And thankfully I did because that 2-pack was released like the week after.
Yeah. And that's the way to go. Because that's a good deal. You're paying $450, I think, give or take. And you're getting that black suit and the Nightmare.
I don't know if that's the price itself, but the fact
I think it was $515.
Is it $515? It depends on what it is. Sideshow will do stuff too, right? Like they'll put something up and then seemingly like you just refresh the page and it went up like $5-10. So when they first announce it,
and then it goes down.
That's a store,
and then shipping's free.
Right. But even 500, you're looking at $250 a figure versus right before that announcement, that Nightmare Batman was going for $700.
Yeah.
All day.
To be fair, Anthony and Randy, at least that's my opinion. When you start asking and talking a lot about the prices, what I tell you is don't collect Hot Toys.
Yeah.
If you worry about the price,
I mean I agree.
It is fucking expensive. Sorry, it is very expensive. It will always be expensive. Yes, exactly. It will always be expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for everyone, and it's not made to be for everyone. Otherwise, it would be $5.
Right. No, I don't know how I feel about it because I'm like half and half with you. Like, do I want to reissue? Well, I don't want to reissue if I have the figure.
But that's
see what I mean?
That's a human thing, which is like, so the fact is you're against reissues. What you have a problem with is that you weren't able to get the figure, which is a different thing.
Yeah, it's a different, because that's when you're
That's a different thing.
Right.
I'm against reissues. There's some figures that I wanted, yes, that I don't have it, yes. That I will have to pay for the pipes to get it if I want it, yes. Still, I'm against the reissues.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
there's a couple of them that I wish I would have jumped on, and now I'm having to pay, secondary market prices. But that's my own fault for not taking the price.
Yeah, that's or you didn't even know. Maybe
exactly.
Maybe you just started collecting, or
there's a couple DCs I wasn't collecting when they
and that's
original,
rough.
Green Lantern 6 scale I wasn't collecting.
How long have you been collecting, Randy?
Which I need to find that. Hot only.
No, in general, collecting.
20 plus years at this point.
So you never stopped. You like Sean then?
No.
Yeah.
Right.
So for example,
stopped.
I started 2 years ago, literally.
Oh wow.
Literally, that's when I started. I didn't have anything before 2 years ago.
And you have more than
I
have
224 Hot Toys.
See, I'm a big comic. Mine's mainly comics, so that's where
fair enough.
I go down the slippery slope, very slippery slope with mine.
I thank God kept out of comics because
Yeah, and I've been collecting comics my whole life, so but I sold a lot. As we do, we go through these phases, and you kind of have your collection pay for your collection.
But to be fair, that only works if the things are not reissued.
Sure. Well, comics for sure.
For example,
comics are done.
Up on the wall.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Comics, if you're going through all the history of mankind in collections and collectibles, and you go into comics and paintings and stamps,
yeah.
and they're all limited in number, and they're not reissued.
Yeah.
And if they are reissued, they are reissued with some difference, even if it's the box that's different.
Yeah.
Or even with comics, all it says is you flip open the inside, it just says second print.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or even then it's a reprint, like Amazing Fantasy 15.
Yeah, and you could tell the difference. You could feel it. You could see the difference. It's not made from the same material, printed it the same way. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they've re-released the first appearance of Spider-Man. I don't know how many times. It's only Amazing Fantasy 15s that's worth it, right? Somebody's like, I have Amazing Fantasy 15. I'm like, yeah, with the little gray border. That's the Marvel classic, whatever. That's worth a penny. Like, come on, like, But with Hot Toys, not so. You're gonna pick up that reissue War Machine when it comes out, and you're still paying that retail.
You're still
price.
paying the standard retail. Exactly. Granted, for some people, like for me,
people that have it.
Yeah, it's like I don't have one, so like if I was to start collecting in Marvel Hot Toys, which would be dope, especially for me, who in this group I'm probably the only one that's like an actual Iron Man. Like I really do like Iron Man, so for me, I'm kind of excited for a reissue for War Machine, especially the Mark 1 War Machine from Iron Man 2. If you want to consider that Mark 1 War Machine, because that to me is the best one. That just looks like War Machine.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. Now I understand where you're coming from. Being if you're a collector and you already have it and you're already deep into the world of collectibles and Hot Toys, yes, it is almost a kick to the shins when something you worked so hard to collect all of a sudden comes out and goes, oh, here's a reissue, and by the way, it's way cheaper than what it is on the market right now.
Yeah.
And now if
that right there, that's a punch in the gut. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's hard because at least Hot Toys, and I'm sure others do as well. They look at that, right? They're going, oh, okay, this War Machine's selling for $700-800, and people are buying it.
Yeah.
They're looking at sold auctions, if it's eBay or Mercari or wherever else, any third, party.
But
they're tracking those sales.
That's a slippery slope.
They don't track all the sales.
No, not all. No, not all. But that's my point. Like, it's just a business standpoint. They're like, wow, people are buying it for this price.
Yeah.
But it's
There's
it's
still a
bad
demand
business.
for it.
But Anthony, it's a bad business. Do you know why it's a bad business? Because the fact is, if they start really doing that often, what will happen is that you frighten away the people that actually collect it as collectibles.
Yeah,
Because
there's that.
they'll just say, "Oh, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'll just buy statues. Statues are
Yeah.
numbered."
No, I've had my share of moments where you're like, I might be getting out of the game, you know, because you feel that way. You're like, they're just gonna reissue this damn thing anyway, and I'm not in it for the money, right? But it's nice when you have that, and you're like, okay, like my Tarkin over there, you know. A lot of people are like, yo, I want to reissue. And I'm like, you don't need to reissue Tarkin because I have him. Like, you know, and I like that he's like rare, you know?
I understand. I understand the human side, which is saying like, "Oh, I want to reissue because I don't have it." I understand that. It's a human thing. But it's unfair.
Yeah.
It's literally, it's always going to be unfair because the fact is, for example, when they relaunched the War Machine now, there's a guy that paid like $1,000 3 days before the relaunch.
Yeah. I seen him up there for like 900.
How would you feel about that?
I'd feel kind of foolish, and
You know what I mean?
you know, I would feel foolish, and then regret, and then frustration, and then anger. That would be my step where I've been before, where I'm like, you know what, maybe I'm not collecting Hot Toys anymore. If they're just right. So I see where you're coming from with that, right?
And that's the problem, and the thing that they can actually create with this, which is frighten people out of Hot Toys. And people that actually have the money, because people that like that are the people that actually, you know, keep it for money.
I agree. And there are some who, but you know, I've tried to tell people that too, man. If you're getting into Hot Toys for money, you're getting in the wrong game.
Yeah.
You're getting in the wrong game.